What is going on, everybody? Today we're looking at the Hasbro GI Joe Classified Series Shockwave figure. So he looks pretty cool here as a SWAT police officer. So we have the picture here on the side where he's looking all intimidating, and then of course the figure posed up with the gun and shield accessories, so that looks cool. Again, all the accessories break down there at the top. Picture there on the side in number 105 in the line, and then the figure breakdown on the back. So he's going to be 6.2 inches tall, again with the figure and all his accessories and some of the features that are going to come along with him. Of course, his classifications down there. And overall looks awesome once again. So let me get him out of the box and we'll take a look at him together. And here we have Shockwave, who is Jason Faria from Dearborn, Michigan. He's formerly the youngest member of Detroit Police Department SWAT team before joining the GI Joe SWAT team as the door kicker. So he's always the first to enter situations, and he's also a tenor as a member of the choir. And overall, I really like this figure's design, mostly because I've always been like kind of obsessed with blue camo, and I like how he has more of like the digital camo on him that looks really cool. So it's got all like the blocky designs. So having that in the blue is just really cool. And blue from head to toe. Of course, he does have the balaclava on his head, of course in blue, so the all striped design, and we can see part of his face there. Then he has the big vest on him, which is cool, has all sorts of pocket, sheath, extra ammunition, and the big puffiness to it, so it's almost like he's going into more colder areas because of how puffy it is. Has what people call the Joe Pro on his shoulder there, so that's just going all the way around. And again, has that blue camo shirt design that goes from his neck all the way down, and then similar with the pants going down. Has some extra guards there on his forearms, so he has those on each side with the black fingerless gloves, belt around his waist, and then thigh holsters there on each side, so similar there with knee pads, and then guards on his shins with a sheath on this side down to the black boots. So just overall really cool. Like I said, the thing I like about this the most is just that it's the blue camo design. Like I said, has always been a favorite of mine. But for movements, we get the head that'll twist all the way around. You can look down that far and up that far, so again, not much movement in the head with the Joes. Shoulders can come up to 90 with that butterfly joint back and forth, and of course it rotates all the way around. We get the bicep twist and the double elbow joint. That's probably going to be stiff. Yeah, all the pinless joints seem to be stiff, but pins up pretty far, so almost all the way up on itself. With the wrist that'll twist around and has the hinge up and down hand. Then we go to the ab crunch, which again is going to be all covered up by the vest, so he just crunches back and forth just a little there. You can hear some of that crunch just a little bit back and forth, but then down to the waist he can crunch and twist all the way around. Then the hips can come up to 90 and out to the side to do the splits with those drop down hips. Thigh twist all the way around. The double knee joint that can bend up that far to the back, not far from kicking his butt, with a shin twist at the top of the boot, ending off with a foot that can flex back and forth and twist side to side. So the pretty standard GI Joe movements, once again, just as usual, have some stiffness in the joints, especially if they're pinless, seem to either be really loose or stiff, and most of ours are always stiff, but everything about them works out just fine. Now, accessory wise, first we get a hat, so we have additional like military style hat that can go on his head, so adds a little bit more of that blue color, especially against the dark blue on his face. So we just have that. I don't think it looks very good, like sits on him. Maybe if you like adjust it in a certain way, it'll look a little bit more, but I think it just kind of looks a little dorky the way it sits on his head there. But he does come with the hat, which adds more to him. We do get some knives as well, so we have this sort of knife that has a nice thick blade on it, all in black, that looks pretty decent. So we can stick this into the sheath here right on his vest, and then he comes with an additional knife, so we have this bigger bladed knife that has the little additional piece at the top that's sort of like a little slicer. So if you need to like slice, I always think like seat belts or rope or something, you just get it slid through there and pull real quick and it'll slice right through it. So that is awesome as well. And this is the one that can go down onto his leg, down in the sheath right there. We also get a double set of Uzis, so we have these little Uzis with the extended mags that of course do come out a little bit stiff but do slide out there. So we have those that look pretty cool, so obviously you can put both of these into his hands, but he has the thigh holsters here on his thighs, so let's just stick them in there. So there are both of those and they fit in there really nice, and you can keep the magazines on him, so that works out. But with him being a member of the SWAT team, he does come with a shield, which is pretty cool. So we have this shield design. It looks like it may have some lights, maybe for like blinding your enemy. Has some logos, so it looks like he's taking out some cobras, so probably 4 cobras there. And overall, just a cool shield design. Again, love like this little segmentation piece to it. On the back, we do have the handle and the grip that goes around the arm there, so that looks cool. So with this, though, it automatically looks like it goes onto the right hand. So let's put this in his right hand. So there's the shield on his hand. So you just get his grip hand on there, and then this slides around and attaches onto the arm. So there he has the riot shield, which is pretty cool. And the weapon I want to go along with this is a nightstick. So he comes with a nightstick as well. So we can put this into his other hand. And there we have Shockwave ready now to help control a crowd with the riot riot shield and the nightstick, so that looks pretty cool overall. Like I said, the only thing I don't like is how much the hat looks on him. Like, I wish they would do a little bit different hat design so it would look better, but overall everything else about it I really like. And for comparison, we can bring in the Cobra equivalent with the Alley Viper, so again, kind of like has a riot shield and all that, so very similar, but for Cobra and Joe here with the two different forces. So pretty cool of those. We can have them facing off now together. But overall, I like this Shockwave. Like I said, I think the hat kind of detracts a little bit from the look, but I like that it comes with the riot shield, the nightstick, has the guns and knives and all that stuff to be able to help control crowds. So overall, I do really like this design, especially with that blue camo, but still a cool looking figure.